My name is Jonathan Arthur Evans, and this is my story. I'm not sure how long it's been. I'm not sure where I am, but it's time to tell this story before he catches up with me. It all started when I woke up after being drunk with a terrible headache. When I got up, everything seemed kind of wrong, and I decided to just go back to sleep and wait until later. When I woke up the second time, something was definitely disturbing, but I wasn't sure what. Everything was as it should be, except that things seemed to be lacking in color. As if you had soaked something in water for long enough and it got distorted. The hangover was gone, and this time I was sure something was wrong. I left my house, and everything looked the same. But when I looked up, the sun was missing. There was still light, but the light was there with no source to be seen. The concept of an alternate world has been seen many times, from Stranger Things to Coraline, but nothing ever came close to describing what this place is like. Everything here is just unsettling. I walked down my street and decided to just walk somewhere nearby to talk to someone, to try to see if anyone else knew anything about what happened here, or if this was the same world. Eventually, I arrived at a nearby McDonald's and went inside. No one seemed to notice me, which was normal on the streets. But I sat at a table and tried to talk to someone, but no one looked at me until a woman entered. And she was different from the others. Immediately, she noticed me, and I frantically approached her and asked what was going on. "People like you and I don't belong in this place, Mr. Evans. He's coming for me soon. You still have some time," she said. And without another word, she left the store and walked away. I didn't bother to follow her. I felt like I wouldn't get more answers. Who was the he she referred to? And what did she mean by him coming after us? At least she confirmed my fear that I was somewhere different. I had never seen her before, but she knew my name, and I wondered if she was like me. Next, I went back home and waited. A few hours passed, and I had the feeling that I was being watched, so I went to close the blinds and quickly looked out the window. After closing the blinds, I looked outside again, and I swore I saw a hooded figure outside, but it had disappeared. I think I had seen him. I ran out the back door and jumped the fence, running as fast as I could. I traversed many streets again, no one noticing me, and I stopped, breathless. Far from me, walking slowly down a distant street in my direction. The sky darkened, and the world seemed to disappear before my eyes, and I started running in the opposite direction of the figure. I realized I was heading to the cemetery, and knew that was a place I definitely didn't want to go. I ended up at an empty building. It used to be a store, locked the doors, barricaded with a shelf, and hid in the only available place, the bathroom. If you didn't know, abandoned bathrooms are very dark and very creepy, especially when the color seems to be fading from the world. I sat there for what felt like hours, shivering every time I heard a noise, and finally decided it would be better to risk the streets, so I went to the door and grabbed the handle. It was locked. At the end of the bathroom, there was a door that didn't exist before, and for just a minute, I wondered if it led back to the real world, so I went over there, and surprisingly, it was unlocked, and when I opened it, I was disappointed, but shortly after, shocked, because it led to the cemetery. The world had only one color, green, and even that began to fade into gray before my eyes. I went out to the cemetery and wandered for a while, wondering when he would come for me. I saw things there that I had never seen before, and many more people like me, and I kind of understood now. Finally, I found someone I was looking for. My mother, but she was one of the gray-haired ladies. I followed her and saw her placing a bouquet of flowers on a grave. When she was gone, I could finally see what was written on the stone. Here lies Jonathan Arthur Evans. May he rest in peace.